So I am a breakup recovery coach. But what about the people doing the breakup? What about the things they should avoid? So in today's video, we're going to be looking at just that. If you're thinking of ending your relationship, here are 3 things you need to avoid. Roll VT. Hello, welcome. My name's Andy O'Neill and this is my YouTube channel. I'm a life coach who specialises in breakup recovery and self-esteem. I release videos every week, so if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that button. So every week I sit here and I talk about breakups. How do you recover from your breakup? How do you get over your ex? How do you rebuild your self-esteem? But what about the person on the other side? The person doing the breakups? Maybe that's you. Maybe you're in a relationship right now and you're thinking you need to break up. Well, what things should you avoid in order to make this as smooth as possible? Now, even though I help people through breakups, you're not the enemy. We all go through it sometimes where we're in a relationship, it doesn't feel right and we know we need to end it. It doesn't make you a bad person. But what you do next can. So my first piece of advice is this. Think carefully. Once a breakup's happened, it's very, very hard to rebuild that trust in a relationship. You can cause damage that can't be repaired. So if you later regret the breakup and get back together, it can be very hard to return things back to the way that it was. That damage can be long lasting. That can stick in people's minds. It can break trust. It can cause paranoia. It can cause insecurity and it can cause a bad relationship. So you really need to think twice before taking this decision. You have to be absolutely certain this is what you want, that there's going to be no going back. If you've got any doubts, then I'd advise you to wait. Pause, take a minute, assess the situation, speak to your partner. If there's things you're not happy with, open the communication up. Talk about those issues, try and resolve them first. Making the decision to actually break up shouldn't be taken lightly. You should take your time with it. Because like I say, if you get it wrong, this can cause damage that can never be fixed. Not to mention the wider consequences. So if you've got family that are together, if you've got friends together, all of that can change overnight the minute you break up. So please, just give yourself some time first. Make sure that the decision you're making is the right one for you. Because it is about you at the end of the day. It's not about them, as hard as that sounds, and as much as that's the type of people I coach, it is about you. If you're not happy in the relationship and you need to end it, then that's what you need to do. And if that is the decision that you've come to and you're going to break up, then there's 2 more things that you need to try and avoid. The first one is being friends with your ex. If you've just broke up with someone and they didn't want it to happen, the worst thing you can do for them and for yourself is try and remain friends. Now, sometimes you can do this out of guilt, or sometimes you can do it because even if you don't want to be with them, you still want them in your life. It's not a good idea for you or for them. Trust me when I say, if the person you broke up with still wants you, still in love with you, still wants the relationship, being friends is going to cause you a whole lot of problems because they are not going to accept it. They are not going to move on. They are going to see the friendship as a chance of the relationship happening again. And if you're dead set that it won't, then the friendship is giving out the wrong signals. Now, I know there might be situations where you have to remain in contact with your ex, like if you've got kids and stuff, but it doesn't mean that you can become best friends. You actually both need time to heal, not just them. And being friends is not going to allow either of you to do that. So if you've made your mind up and the relationship ending is absolutely what you want, and that person you're breaking up with doesn't want that, then you need to cut them off. And I know that sounds harsh, and I know that's the sort of stuff that I help people with, but it's the best thing that could happen. Remaining friends with them is prolonging the agony, and you're giving them false hope. You need to end it, you need to walk away, and you should never look back. And I'm saying this because I know the damage it could cause if you remain friends with them. I coach people every single day who are struggling after the breakup. And the ones who have got their ex still a constant in their life, it's so much harder for them to accept the breakup and move on. If you truly care about them, you will do this because it has to be done. And it has to be done for you as well. Because if you want a life where you've moved on and you live happily ever after, you're not going to be able to do that if your ex is still involved in your life. Because trust me, if you remain friends and they still love you and you've got hopes of meeting somebody new, you're going to have a whole world of problems when you do because your ex is not going to take it lightly. So the simple truth of the matter is you've got to be cruel to be kind. If you know deep down you no longer want to be in a relationship with this person, don't think it's the nice thing to do to be friends with them. It's not. It's the worst thing that you could do. So if you're going to end it and walk away. I can't stress enough how much that's the best thing that could happen. And it won't feel like it at the time. You will feel guilty because they're not going to take it very well. And you probably miss them as well. After all, they've been a constant in your life. But in order for you to heal, in order for them to accept things and heal, then this needs to happen. You need to break contact and you need to walk away. Do not remain friends with them if either one of you has doubts over the breakup. The third thing is, do not use your ex for emotional support when you're not feeling great. I see this all too often. Somebody comes to me for breakup coaching, they're feeling really bad over their ex and I help them to start moving on. And suddenly halfway through their ex pops up and contacts them again. Why does that happen? 9 times out of 10 it's not because they want them back. It's because they're having a particularly bad day or they're not feeling great. And they know if they reach out to their ex, it'll make them feel good. Please don't use your ex for that. It is not good for you and it's not good for them. You're again just giving them false hope. Now I'm not saying you'll do it on purpose. Sometimes we just do things without really thinking. But if you give some thought to it, you'll realise it's not the best idea. When I've just said about going no contact, you need to stick to that. So even if you wake up one day and you're feeling sad and alone and you're starting to think, oh, maybe I'll reach out to my ex and maybe I'll go and spend the day with them, that'll make me feel good. It might make you feel good in the short term, but it's going to make them feel terrible in the long term. And I know deep down that's not what you want to do. You're not a nasty person. You're not a vindictive person. You're just human. And as humans, we all do things without thinking. We all take action based on emotion. And that's what that would be. And I can't stress enough, this is not just about them. This is about you as well. It's not good for either of you. So please don't use your ex for emotional support at times of need. That are 3 things that I really want you to consider before you go through with the breakup. This is a huge decision to make, life-changing, not just for you, not just for your ex, but maybe for your family and friends as well. So you need to not only be clear on what you're doing, but you need to do it right. Now again, I want to stress, I coach people through breakups. Predominantly, those people have been broken up with rather than doing the breaking up. But I don't consider you the enemy. I've broke up with people before, we all have. And we all make mistakes when we do it. And all I'm trying to do is avoid you making the same. Because you breaking up with somebody doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't. It's just you following what you feel is right. But there is a way of doing it that avoids a lot of the heartache that can follow for both of you. Right, I'm going to leave it there for this week. But before I go, can I just urge any of you, if you've got any positive stories around your breakups, because there is a lot of negativity surrounding breakups, especially on a channel like mine where we're dealing with breakup pain. But if you've got any positive stories where the breakup's gone really well for both of you and you've done it in a certain way, then please let us know in the comments. It's really good to share those sort of things. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe as well. I'm becoming really good at saying that now. Oh, and before I forget, I've got a link in the description that takes you to my online course, Breakup to Breakthrough. I've just released it and it's all designed to help you get through your breakup and beyond. So if you're interested, make sure you click the link. But for now, nice one for watching and I will see you in the next. Laters.